Making Tracks is brought to you with assistance from our mates at STA Travel. Thank you! All my life I've been obsessed with music. And by the time I was a teenager, I realised I was surrounded by some of the world's greatest musicians right here in my own backyard. We all know our musicians are brilliant, but most of the world doesn't get a chance to hear them. So I'm on a mission to promote our music to the world and uncover the world's music along the way. From taking over a radio station to covers of seminal New Zealand tracks performed by some of the world's most influential artists. This show aims to take New Zealand music to the world and bring the world's music back to New Zealand. My next destination's India, and the cities of Varanasi, Bolpur, Chennai and Mumbai. Think of India not like one nation, but more like Europe, with every tiny region offering its own unique brand of cultural diversity. From the enchanting sounds of Indian classical, the fierce beat of the Tamil drum, to the flamboyance of the Bollywood screen. I'm here spreading New Zealand music throughout these lands and recording musical parts along the journey to recreate a whole new Indian version, complete with Bollywood music video of one of New Zealand's best known classics, Beck Runga's Sway. And what better place to start this adventure than one of the most musically vibrant cities in this country, Varanasi. For Hindu culture, it's the most important city in the world. In fact, for them, it's the centre of the universe. Now, my Hindi's actually pretty crap, so I've got a local guide to ease me in.
That's Nick.
Antanu.
Hi. How was your flight?
Nice to meet you. It was good, man.
Great.
Good to finally be here in India.
Well, welcome to Banaras,
Nice.
center of the universe.
We're in for a treat, yeah?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Let's go.
Meet Santanu Mitra, fluent in many of India's multitude of dialects and a complete music obsessive. And as he called Varanasi home for part of his life, he's going to offer some great insight to this magical place. One of the oldest cities in the world, and certainly one of the most visually dynamic. Varanasi has been a cultural and religious centre of northern India for thousands of years, and a large part of its holiness is because of the fact that the city is right on the banks of the river Ganges, Mother Ganga, the giver of life. It's been a long journey, so time for a quick kip and then a perfect opportunity to get up early for a real taste of this mighty river. With day breaking over the holy river Ganges, you'll witness one of the most spectacular sights you'll see here in India. Not just in Varanasi, but all along the river. Every day, millions of Hindus come for their morning bath and prayer, to wash themselves, their belongings, and their sins away. Just how important is Mother Ganga as a link to the Hindu people's spirituality?
I would say it begins and ends there, you know. She purifies, you know, it's very usual to say that, you know, if you have a dip in the Ganga, you have washed yourself of any sins.
We see hundreds of thousands of people bathing in this water every day, and also 400 million people live along the basin of the Ganges, but yet the water is very dirty.
India is a very vast country. We are overpopulated. You know, it's very difficult not to pollute it. People wouldn't think twice about doing their usual thing, which has happened over millennia. The other big problem is all the cremation ghats along the river. So all that ash comes onto the river. You know, Hindus believe that if somebody dies, not a natural death, okay, then they don't even burn the body, they just float it down the river. But that's life, you see, and Hindus are very aware of it. We do not shy away from that. It is very, you know, to be born is a death sentence. If you are unfortunate enough to die on the other side, you are apparently reborn a donkey, which I don't know much about, but the saying goes like so.
Luckily, if we do our north, south, east, west, New Zealand is actually on the right side of the gut, so we're not going to get reborn as donkeys. Yeah. I could bask in the glory of the Mother Gunga for hours, but I'm here in Varanasi for a reason. I'm here to meet with Vikash Maharaj and his son Prabhash Maharaj, so they can lend some sarod and tabla to lay down to our big runga cover. The meeting's in place, but there's only one obstacle in my way, and that's negotiating the traffic of Varanasi. Oh, look at it! The traffic is ridiculous! Why there are very few accidents, I don't know. Somehow, it just all manages to work. G'day, buddy. Chalo bhaiya. Dako mat mura. I'm heading to Kabichura, an area rich in musical history. These narrow lanes have housed Varanasi's musical families and gharanas, or schools of music, for generations.
জয়রাম জি কি বিকাশ জি কেমন আছো
আরে খুব ভালো আরে ওয়েলকাম হর হর গঙ্গে
হর গঙ্গে আমার বন্ধু নিক নিউজিল্যান্ড
Thank you. Vikash is part of the 14th generation of his musical family, with his son Prabhash being the 15th. Over the years, their talent has seen them mesmerising crowds all over the world, including many fantastic performances in New Zealand. The true heart of their sound is this incredible city which has been steeped in musical tradition for thousands of years. Vikash, there's one question I must ask you. You're a man that loves melody and harmony. How do you find the constant melody and harmony of the bike bells and the motorcycle?
because if you concentrate anything, if you are involved in anything, if you fix up your brain in somewhere, your aim, then you forget
Everything else.
Yeah.
So all of the roads around this area are
yes.
named after musicians?
Yes, all the way. Even the small lanes.
Wow, so this is your grandfather's name
Yes, my
here?
grandfather, Pradap Maharaj, the Kante Maharaj.
Wow. I don't think your family will ever leave Varanasi. Is that true?
Yeah, of course. We still keep, we don't want to remove this thing.
Home to a multitude of faiths, Varanasi is also known as the City of Temples, housing some of the most magnificent places of worship you'll ever see. The Kabichira is the holiest of temples for those who follow the Kabapanthi faith, which has millions of followers worldwide.
We were called the temple musicians. Our forefathers, we come from the temples.
Vikash has been playing sarod for nearly 40 years, and after years of dedication has become one of the most respected masters of what is arguably one of the most difficult instruments to learn, the sarod. His son, however, felt that the tabla was his true calling.
I'm very happy because I'm now traveling with Papa around the world, and I'm getting lots of support from the world's people.
It's proudness of me when he's playing on the stage. I have so nice feeling.
It's time to start working on our Kiwi collaboration. So tonight I'm heading to a local studio to record a tabla rhythm from Prabhash as the foundation and some enchanting sarod from Vikash.
Let's try. Papa is inside. He's listening how to play, how to catch the scale, because this beautiful song came to us, and now he's trying to play a beautiful raga.
With the melody laid down, it's now time for son Prabhash to lend some of his award-winning tabla.
Is that good?
Apu.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया.
Amazing. It's really good.
I just want to try it. Huh? In a short time.
An incredible job from an incredible father and son combo. After the break, I journey to the heart of the Bengali region to hang out with a mystic group of musical nomads. And I head to one of the most notorious party destinations in the world for a cheeky rave. travelling around the great nation of India, collecting musical parts for what promises to be a very exotic reinterpretation of Beck Runga's sway. And I've already laid down the foundations in the holy city of Varanasi. Although musically in India, it's the traditional side of things that reigns supreme, this country also has a reputation for some fairly hedonistic dance parties. And as an old school raver from way back, I'd be a fool not to visit one of the most legendary party destinations in the world, Goa. And if you want to party, then there's one man you want to roll with, the king of partying Goa style, 8 Finger Eddie. Eddie's been raving since the 60s and hasn't stopped, and I'm gonna find him and party. The only information I've got is to be at a place called Joe Bananas at 12 p.m. on South Anjuna Beach. Now, I don't know if all flights to Goa pump strange gas through the plane, and I'm not sure what's in this stuff, but when I woke up, man, I was ready to rave.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Goa Airport.
It's got 8 fingers. There, 5. We've all got 8 fingers, actually. I need a dancing partner. Shall we just dance? Oh, you got some new moves. And reach for the lasers. Joe Bananas?
Joe Banana nga sir.
There you go. It's Joe Bananas. See, it was real after all. Feel nicely warmed up. Stop raving now. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
I'm Nick. I've come all the way from New Zealand. What is your name?
Tony.
Tony, pleased to meet you, man. So you own this place?
Yeah, yeah.
We've come all the way from New Zealand to find 8 Finger Eddie.
He's not here at the moment, but he'll be back soon,
Oh,
within 2-3 days or a week time.
so he's not going to be here today?
Not today.
Ah.
So sooner he'll be back.
Tony is the son of Joe, who started up his cafe in the late 60s here in South Anjuna. It soon became legendary as the meet-up point and the freak-out point of the scene in the 70s. And every day since the 70s, like clockwork at 12 p.m, you can find Eddie at Joe Bananas having his morning eggs.
He's famous all over the world. Like people come special to see Eddie, you know.
And we happened to come the one year that 8 Finger Eddie decided that he didn't hang out at 12 o'clock every day at Joe Bananas. That's right, we got Tony. What was the scene like back then?
That time there was few people, but about 50. After that increased every time. From 70 to 75, the parties start happening in live music on the beach, and those party was really nice. Like now it is all techno and like tapes. I don't like so much now.
You missed the live music.
Yeah.
As Goa became more famous, the music changed, and full live sounds gave way to full-on trance and an influx of drugs. And the local authorities soon wised up, and thus the Goa Revolt was no more. The whole legend that was, the Goa party scene, it's
Yeah.
kind of died.
Yeah, it's almost gone. Like.
There's still pockets of scenes if you look hard enough, but on a whole, you won't find too much of the chaotic, psychedelic, flipped-out Goa you hear your tie-dye wearing uncle telling you with his 80s nostalgia. Well, to be honest, Goa, a little bit of a fizzer. 8 Finger Eddie, not at Joe Bananas for the first time since ever. He's in Kathmandu. Hey, day parties! No, the police put a stop to that a little while ago. One thing that will always remain here and will never go away is the Goan beaches. So you know what? Right now, I'm gonna take shit back to 69. This one's going out to 8 Finger Eddie. Free love, baby. I eventually got my pants back, and so with my dignity intact, I'm jumping on a cross-country flight back into the richness of this nation's music culture. I found myself on a train heading to a little town called Bolpur, in the heart of the state of Bengal. I'm off to meet a mystic group of ancient folk singers called the Bows, to record some of their mystic sounds on our Indian remake of Beck Runga's Sway. Although largely nomadic, they call Bolpur home. There's beauty inside and out on this trip, From the natural landscape to the pandemonium inside. All kinds of goods being sold, crazy rupee snatching beggars, even a bit of pantomime. It reminds me a lot of standard 2 school galas, to be honest.
Tell you what, they say that to travel India by train is to experience one of those true joys that India has to offer, and I gotta agree, that was awesome, thank you! I caught the train once from Auckland to Raetihi and I was bored shitless. That, however, was fun times. A couple of facts about Indian trains for you. First, 14 million people catch trains in India every day. Second fact, Indian Rail Network is the second biggest employer in the world. Which begs the question, who's the first biggest? If you think you know, answers to the address below.
This is Kamaida, very beautiful singer.
And this is Devdas Baul.
Kenai has been blind nearly all his life. He contracted chickenpox when he was 6 months old. His future seemed almost desolate until he was heard singing by another Baal, who invited him to join him as a pupil. 40 years on, and he is still finding great joy through song. Throughout their 500-year history, the Baals have refused to conform to normal social and religious conventions, as they don't believe in normal gods.
Baul believe in a God which resides inside you, and the search in anybody's life is to find that God inside. That is what the Baul sing about. Anybody can become a Baul. You and I could become Bauls if we have that in us.
সঙ্গীতের যে শতরজতম মিশ্রিত আছে, শতরজতম মিশ্রিত সঙ্গীত, তা সেইটাই তখন অনুভবের দ্বারা, সে ভাবের দ্বারা মনে হয় সেই স্থান যখন যদি দখল না করতে পারলে সেই ভাবটা ফুটবে না, তাহলে তো নকল হয়ে যাবে জিনিসটা, সেই ভাবটা ফুটবে না। তো আমি বৃন্দাবনের পথে যাব, এই পথটাই যদি আমার চোখে না ভাসলো যে আমি হেঁটে যাচ্ছি, আনন্দ বহুত সুখ পাচ্ছি গো, আমি বহুত সুখ পাচ্ছি। আমি ঠাকুর আমার সঙ্গে সঙ্গে ঘুরে বেড়াচ্ছি, এরকম আমার উপলব্ধি হয় যেন এই সঙ্গীতের মাধ্যমে।
I could say Joy Guru 1,000 times, but it still wouldn't come close to the thanks that they deserve. Such an incredibly enriching experience, and I'm definitely not going to leave without getting a bit of their minstrel magic to add to our classic Kiwi track. With some more melodies in the bag, it's time to head off, navigating my way back to the city to head on the next mission. After the break, me and Baba head to Chennai in South India to get some of the infamous Tamil rhythms for a reinterpretation of Beck Runga's Sway. And Chennai gets a taste of some mobile sound system vibes, Kiwi style. I'm in Chennai, India, gathering musical parts for an ever-evolving Kiwi collaboration on Beck Runga's Sway. And this region, Tamil Nadu, has one of the most vibrant music scenes in India. Now, you ask anyone what the driving force behind many a killer tune is, and they'll tell you, it's the drums. And over the years, we've seen fantastic contributions from all corners of the globe. America's given us many a good groove over the years, from now the Brazilians know how to knock out a good rhythm, be it or even and even some fantastic flavours coming from New Zealand. How about a bit or a personal favourite? But truth be told, they say some of the best percussionists in the world reside in South India. And here in Chennai, you're going to hear some of the baddest beats you've ever heard. It's true, the Tamil rhythms are some of the most fearsome rhythms you'll ever hear. UK-based Sri Lankan artist MIA knew of their potency, and on her last album, you'll hear them to devastating effect on the track Bird Flu, which she flew to Chennai especially to record. As a big fan of a heavy rhythm, the first time I heard that tune and those beats, I went crazy. My mission to find that drummer. And the man that pulled it all together for MIA was this man here, studio engineer Ram Solangam.
Tonight we're doing takes for this movie, Ketavan. We are at the beginning stage of the song. We're taking rhythms today. The drummer's name is Kumar. Kumar is amazing. He's a percussionist and he's a drummer. He comes from history musicians.
The rhythm of the Chennai basically starts with the tapes.
It's done in 6/8 signatures. It's triplets, the way he plays it.
I started playing my 12th year. I love these things. I feel very happy with that because I love these instruments.
As an artist that constantly explores new sounds and rhythms from all over the world, it was Kumar's finesse on these drums that MIA went to great lengths to capture.
Bird Flu came by, she emailed me the track of what she wanted it to sound like. It's actually a Tamil track that she sent. She's like, she wants the rhythms just like this. I just scheduled everything. I called in the guys. Kumar came in to conduct the drums.
She wants to use some new sounds like you people like to know what is tape and what is pump. Like she wants to know. Especially musicians, they search for all different kind of things always. So they came down here, they did something.
Born in Sri Lanka and being Tamil herself, MIA has been doing an incredible job of putting the international spotlight on the music of the region.
Maya is definitely proud about being Tamil, and she wants to bring Tamil music to the Western world. They haven't heard it. They've only heard Bollywood stuff. These drums are not used in the North. They're only in the South. It is the untapped music right now.
Kumar is one of the most in-demand percussionists in Chennai. So in order to get some of that Tamil magic, I arranged to meet him the following night at another of Chennai's top studios.
Very well.
Like to listen to some drums?
Man, I'd love to hear some drums.
Can we go?
He reminds me of an Indian Billy T. James. He's cool, and he's provided us with a good taste of Tamil. I'm still hungry for more of the city, and I can sense some kind of mischief in the air. All across town, people are getting loose. Ramadan is over, and so the Muslims are letting their hair down with a holiday called Eid. And the Hindus are marking the advent of winter with a 9-night festival called Navratri. Heading back to my hotel, right next door, I've stumbled upon a pretty spectacular part of the festival about to take place. During Navratri, you'll see plenty of dancing, and the dandiya, or stick dance, is definitely the most colourful. Multicoloured outfits, bright orange sticks, and the promise that this dance would last for 7 hours. It sounds brilliant. I want a piece of this action. I'm ready, I'm prepared, but on my final warm-up, a challenger appears.
What style of dance do you perform?
I mean, all kinds of dancing, like, you know, drum and bass. There's a lot of stuff up in the 170 region.
Do you know any dance or any Indian dance?
No Indian dance. I mean, I'm pretty good when it comes to, like, you know, I don't know, like minimal techno.
Can you show me some steps?
I can show you some old school flavors.
tough competition, but I won the battle, and subsequently the respect of the local crew. They've invited me to take part in the dandiya, and for the next 6 hours, I'm in step, step, side step, step, twirl heaven. These guys take their dancing seriously, so much so that there's a dandiya competition as well. Now you're actually judging tonight. What are you looking for? Who do you reckon is going to take it out?
We will be judging depending upon the stamina, the choreography, his costumes, his facial expressions, and different variations in style.
And definitely points off gurning.
Yes.
And so say for example, let's say I was the champion stick dancer tonight, what would I be winning?
You are winning a fabulous prize, which you saw, a bike, a two-wheeler.
That's pretty cool, man.
These competitions have been kept to keep the Indian tradition intact. The country is becoming westernized, but still there are some people who really are passionate and dedicated about their Indian culture.
And just in case you're wondering, this guy won and this girl didn't. And I kept dancing till 4 in the morning. Luckily, I've got to sleep in. And vibing off last night's tunes that Chennai gave me, I think it's night time I give something back to Chennai.
No need to take out them pistols, cause the pencil I break out are outplay shining. We need to take a minute of your time, but it's fine. I gotta tell you, it might just flex and you up a little bit, and it might feel got the moonlight. Baby, I'm going blind.
Oh, come here. No, there's trouble. There's trouble. Hey, sorry, man. Thank you. All right, looks like the New Zealand Music Afternoon Cruise is officially over. The boys over there didn't really appreciate it. We're causing a few problems on the roads. Just slipped them a quiet hundy, though, about $3 in our local currency, and they were fine. They were cool with it. They even said they liked the beats. Cheer, bro! Cheer, Chennai. You've been choice. With good times, and our bedroom track is definitely looking on point. After the break, another cross-country flight to the city of Mumbai for vocals and arrangements to give it its final Bollywood makeover, including a music video in true screen style. Plus, I meet up with former Miss World India, a Kiwi girl on the path to Bollywood superstardom. I've been travelling for the last week all over India, uncovering the richness of this nation's music culture and giving a whole load of our own along the way. I'm in Mumbai, or as they call it here in India, the City of Dreams. And I've got my own little dream, to see Bekbunga Sway transformed into a Bollywood smash. Mumbai is a city of complete opposites all in unison. Man-made shacks next to million-dollar apartments, homeless beggars walking alongside the movie industry's elite, and the constant orchestra of angry bike bells with the horn of the bumper-to-bumper traffic. To put it simply, this city is crazy. Thankfully, I've got a Kiwi connection in this mixed-up place. Former Miss World India and now current Bollywood superstar to be, Sinjura Garg, who, true to style, has a photo shoot taking place just across town. Cindy, hi. How are you?
Good,
Nice to see you. Mwah. So I don't want to muck up your makeup. I'm feeling very underdressed.
Oh, no, don't worry about it.
Sorry.
I feel overdressed.
You're looking fantastic.
Well, today we're at the White Lounge shooting with Vikram Baba, and and we're hoping to get some good shots. Well, I started modelling in New Zealand when I was about 17 years old. Very amateur, but then I started working on television when I was about 19, and that was a fabulous experience, and which is really what got me into the whole media and fashion side of things in New Zealand. And I thought to myself, why not come back to my own country, which is a much bigger market, B, my market. I mean, if you look at me, I'm an Indian look.
It proved to be a pretty good decision, as in 2005, Cindy won the Miss World India pageant. It's been non-stop since, and with her sights firmly set on Bollywood, she's now spending a lot of time in this flamboyant city.
I love the energy of Mumbai more than anything, and the buzz of it. But sometimes the traffic, the people, the pollution, it's probably one of the filthiest cities in India, but I still love it. There's something about it. It's the spirit of Mumbai that you love.
Now, it wouldn't be a fancy photo shoot without some tunes. And what do you know? There was some turntables set up. So being the cheeky chap that I am,
Yay, all done.
Mumbai style post-shoot is all about hitting the town. This is the city that has a reputation as the party capital.
Well, we're right now at one of my favourite clubs in Mumbai called Enigma, and it's one of the oldest clubs in Mumbai as well, and it's famous for its Bollywood music. Ever since I was a little kid, I grew up watching Bollywood films, and they're so glamorous, and the dancing routines, and just so entertaining, but I would have never imagined that I would be in Bollywood films.
Sanjura's first major film release was the comedy Hey Baby, a Bollywood remake of 80s comedy Three Men and a Baby. And it ended up being quite the hit at home.
It was interesting seeing myself on screen for the first time. I felt very strange, very, very strange. Good morning.
Morning, morning.
The first shot of me is just walking out of a beautiful blue pool. I couldn't believe it. All my friends, like 20 of them, were just dumbstruck, and they wouldn't say anything. They were all quiet, and the whole theatre was like screaming. So I didn't know what to think at that point, but I liked it.
I like what I see.
And I like what I see.
Hang on, that doesn't sound like a voice. That's because it's not. Due to noise on sets and films being translated into so many dialects, everything in Bollywood is overdubbed. So all the singing and all the dialogue is added in later by dubbing artists. And even the biggest film stars here don't actually use their own voice.
Apni beti ko sambhal.
The reaction to Hey Baby has been fantastic, and Cindy's got plenty more work in the pipeline. So, in the city of dreams, with the right attitude, the right talent, and the right smile, dreams do come true.
I'm really enjoying doing cinema. Hopefully I'll get there, and I'd really like to do some memorable stuff in cinema.
I agree.
One thing's for sure, Cindy looks incredible up on screen, and as our big Runga track is going to be completed with a Bollywood music video, who better to cast for our starring role? I'm back on the musical hunt, and if there's one thing our sway rendition's lacking so far, it's the vocals. And so, I'm heading to one of Mumbai's many recording studios to hunt down a playback singer for our track. Song is one of the biggest elements in Bollywood film, and as not all actors and actresses can sing like stars, the playback singers come in and record the vocals, which the actors lip sync to in the film.
Alright, tell you I was bloody loud. Must be the place. I'm quite excited. We're off to meet Shabani Kashyap. Apparently she's really little, which is alright because I'm a little guy myself. And she's very legendary. She is one of the top playback singers here for Bollywood films. A playback singer, of course, is because she does the singing. All those actresses and actors in Bollywood films, they're not singing themselves.
Shabani's been singing for over a decade now and has grown to be hugely successful in the industry. One of very few female composers in a very male-dominated scene, it was her role as a playback singer that first propelled her to fame.
Playback singers have been the most unknown and the most they are like the unsung heroes of this country. The voice and the song, it becomes hugely popular, but only because it's picturized or some big actors like Shah Rukh Khan or whoever. I mean, for a long time it's been like this.
Shabani's talent soon saw her make the move to the screen, and after picking up numerous awards, she's now part of a group that are changing the image of the playback singer.
It's a great feeling for me that the song is a star. For me, it's very important. The song, the creation is more important than the singer. Because if a great singer gets to sing a trashy tune, even the great singer cannot do much about it. Don't stray, don't ever go away. When I was asked to actually dub my voice on the song, I was very excited because I've always loved collaborations. Check 1, 2. Don't stray, don't ever go away. I should have been, we take it again. Say you'll stay. I just completely fell in love with the track Sway. I mean, it's just so easygoing. It's such a friendly sound. It's a song which actually, makes you feel that you relate to it, in some way, the lyrics and the music. All about you. Na chao tum. Na chodo mera saath, beke beke. We came up with this idea that we should do a verse in Hindi, which made sense because that would be my kind of, I would say, my signature to the song. I just love the fact that I'm a musician. I have this gift from God. Of course, definitely, there are no two ways about it. It's a blessing.
Shibani's recorded some beautiful vocals. In a couple of days, our Kiwi Bollywood star Sanjura Gard will lip-sync to these vocals in the music video of our Big Runga track in true Bollywood style. Now that I've got the musical parts in place, I've got one thing left to do, which is to pass these parts onto music arranger Agi Fernandez to whip it up into an exotic Bollywood arrangement.
I've been making music for the past 7 years. Started playing at home with dad and violin, trumpet, French horn, and then finally into keyboards and programming.
Agi's one of the new breed of Mumbai producer who, together with a combination of Western influences and more classical arrangements, is pushing the sound of this music forward, with a serious amount of influence coming from just outside.
Everyday noise that goes around in the city inspires me. There are sometimes these local rhythm players who just pick up a set of sticks and some bucket and they make rhythms out of it, and that's really pleasing. In fact, someday maybe I will record them. That would be great fun. It's just a kick when I come to the studio every day and I have to work on a song. I mean, it's taxing at times. You wonder whether you can do justice to a particular song. But once you take off on a certain song and you start building it up, it's a different kind of kick. Music is what gives me pleasure to my soul. I really can't put it in words.
Agi's delivered a brilliant arrangement, and after another great little Hindu hoedown, it's nearly time for the final Bollywood dream to be realised for our Big Runga track. After the break, the Sway music video complete with over-the-top dance routine, and I meet with a whole bunch of dudes that just want to have a laugh. My Indian adventures almost at an end, collecting parts for a reinterpretation of Big Runga's Sway. From more classical Indian instrumentation, Tamil tape, to the modern touch of Mumbai's finest. I've got the sound in place, but in the true Indian style, the next stage is to turn our track into a Bollywood spectacular. I'm in the home of Bollywood, Mumbai, but I've woken up feeling miserable. I need a good laugh. Now, it's not easy being a TV presenter these days. It's a lot of expectations. You know, you've got to be up to date with news and current events, have a razor-sharp wit, be looking your best always, and of course, be in great physical shape. But most importantly, you've got to be funny. My old Uncle Donald used to say, if you can't make people laugh, you may as well go home, stay home. What's black and white and red all over? A newspaper! Why didn't the skeleton go to the ball? He had no body to go with! What did the dog say when he sat on the sandpaper? Rough, rough! Horse looks into a bar. Bartender says, why the long face? Actually, my jokes are lame. There's the Laughter Club here in Mumbai. They'll laugh at anything. Brian! Pandya ji ki choti badi ho gayi. morning Mumbai beach is a hive of activity, with all kinds of different groups coming together to warm up for the day. Some start with stretches, some prefer to start their stuff, and some just come down here to take a dump. Whereas every morning, this group of people from all walks of life come down here to have a good laugh.
This is Bill, everyone. Bill likes to laugh. If you excuse the pun, what is laughter yoga all about? Because it looks really funny.
It is funny. Laughter makes you feel good. You laugh in the morning, you find the whole day you're smiling, you're happy, and it gives you a way to deal with stress. So instead of when you get in traffic, somebody cuts in front of you, instead of getting crazy, you just laugh and say, this guy's gonna be dead by tonight.
The first Laughter Club was started on this very beach in 1995 by a cheerful fellow named Dr. Madan Kataria, who worked out that laughter really is the best medicine. The craze quickly spread throughout India and then to the world, with now over 5,000 clubs in more than 50 countries. Now, I used to rock around with 4 laughs in my arsenal: chuckle, giggle, snigger, and tee-hee-hee. Whereas these guys have over 50 different laughs they do every day. There's the spring chicken laugh, flying the invisible kite laugh, and their personal favourite, the deep sea diving laugh.
I'm not even trying. There's no water.
These guys were cool. Just a whole bunch of normal, healthy people with very abnormal, very unusual appetites for a good laugh. It's my final day in Mumbai, India. I have the big Runga track completed. All that is left is a true Bollywood-style video shoot. The location is the apartment rooftop of Kiwi Sanjura Gard, who's going to be appearing as a Bollywood heroine in the music video. And on arriving at the shoot to meet our choreographer, I'm finding the authorities are not being the friendliest.
1 minute the security guard's like, yeah, sweet, you can shoot here. Next minute they're like, oh no, I don't know, I never slipped that, no. Even after you slipped them 1,000 rupees. So we got up very early this morning, do our shoots, a big climax. We've got problems.
Time's not on our side, so it's a mad dash to a new location, one which should be a little more hassle-free, the Mumbai beach. Meet Rahul Varandani, one of the hottest up-and-coming choreographers in Bollywood. For our music video to have that extra spice, then it's his moves that would give that flavour. So Rahul shows the dancers through the final moves, a routine that he's written especially for our Kiwi track. And after a madcap week through this madcap country, all is finally about to be revealed. about New Zealand on here? Thank you very much, my friend. Making Tracks is brought to you with assistance from our mates at STA Travel. Thank you!